All right, rolling up. All right, I just tweeted the link.
Okay.
So,
Yay.
all right, we are here. A little late. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, I got kind of interested in the Facebook stats, and I'll be sharing those at the end of this because they're really interesting so far. So yeah, welcome to week 6 of Dancing with the Stars season 25. I don't know if I said this in the podcast last week or not, but as I predicted, like pretty much for the week, because everyone was kind of on a high last week for Disney, things kind of took a dip this week in the dancing, and then the scores didn't really help with, the scores were weird.
Tonight was a weird, weird night,
That was
guys.
like, and I know the show tends to score really weird, but I'm like, what was this?
Tonight was a weird night. It was just everything about it was weird. The energy was weird. The guest judging was weird, but I guess we'll get to that.
Some of the regular judging was weird too. So the first dance was Nikki and Artem.
It was Nikki and Artem.
They did an Argentine tango, and they each got a genre. This is like last season's movie night, so no specific movies, but they each got a genre, and theirs was foreign. Which I know some people were like worried about, but like I thought this was a pretty good combo. Although
I
this
actually
kind of sucked.
I actually thought that this was quite good. I thought it was a pretty good combination. I thought, Nikki would be great at Argentina. She's just so tall and leggy and gorgeous, and Artem is a great mix for foreign. I actually really, really like this number. I was a little worried about Nikki going first tonight because she has tended to be a bit lowballed in the past, and I thought Nikki going first plus with an Argentine tango on movie night, like it's not going to be a good combination. So she's probably going to get all 8s, but she ended up getting all 9s, which was actually a great score. I absolutely agreed with it.
I thought it was a little high, actually, which I was surprised by, because usually I say the first score is really low. But then I'm like, well, she made mistakes. Well, she did a really good job with the legs and everything. I saw her make mistakes like maybe like twice, because they were kind of noticeable, maybe 2 or 3 times. So yeah, definitely not 10s. I think a mix of 8 and 9s would be fine. I think that's probably gonna cushion her to safety next week. I'm just thinking if there's a double, I think she's fine.
Here's a question, because I saw a lot of people talking about this on Twitter. Is it just speculation at this point that we're getting a double elimination next week, or do
Well,
we
it's
know
a
for sure?
guess that it's next week because it's gonna have to happen at some point before the finals, or otherwise they're gonna be having 5 people doing freestyles.
I wouldn't be mad about it, but I get why we
No, I
have to
know.
keep it at 4.
So it's either next week, the week after that. They've done double eliminations on various nights before. They've done it on Team Dance Night. They've done it like the quarterfinals. I think they've done it the semifinals. I hope they don't do. I kind of want to do semifinals because I want to keep certain people around for a while. But I feel like a double elimination on semifinals is just like a really low blow, and I don't know.
I know, because you're like right there, and
Yeah,
then you just get cut right before you get to the top 4.
I'm
It's
feeling like I
very.
don't know, because I feel like they're gonna wait till like I think they did this last season. Wait till they see who's in the bottom and be like, okay, well we can do double elimination this week. We don't care about these people, and so like I'm wondering if that's gonna be next week or
That is
if
very interesting. But
it be week 8 now, because like I'm kind of thinking, because like it depends on what they want to do for trios. Like if they want to have a lot of celebrities be brought back, because it is confirmed that the trio week with special guests, which is going to be previous celebrities, is week 8. So if we still have 7 people, I don't think we've ever done trios with 7 people. We've done them with 6. The past few seasons it's been 5. Um, but we're gonna have at least 6 this season. Um, so yeah, I'm down for. I want 7 trios. So I'm hoping the double isn't next week.
yeah, normally they do make an announcement. Like they usually say, next week's going to be a double elimination at the end of the show. I mean,
They
there have
did
been
not
times
do that last season.
they did not do that last season. They did not do that last season, but normally in the past, they usually make an announcement about it. They didn't do it last season though.
There
But
has, and that's the first one of the new producers, so I don't know. And there has to be one more double elimination at some point. I'm thinking like they'll like play it as, oh yeah, scary surprise because Halloween, double elimination.
you guys know that they're going to do that. Although I will give them points. We're jumping ahead a little bit here for not being super predictable tonight. Good on you during the elimination. So good on you, Dancing with the Stars producers, for not being super predictable
Like when I
tonight.
said who it was, and then they gave everyone the scores, and I'm like, okay, well, Terrell and Cheryl are going home, and then like, no, it's Nick.
They threw me for a loop. I thought there's.
True. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So the first, yeah, we already talked about Nikki and Artem. I think they're probably fine next week. Like if it's a single elimination, I doubt it's them. If it's a double, it might be. If it's a double with immunity, I'm gonna start worrying a little bit because I think she was one of the more forgettable ones. Because she wasn't like amazingly good compared to some people, but like she wasn't like one of those people who are yelling about people are mad she got over or underscored. People are just like, yeah, good job.
Yeah, good job. No, she did. No, she really did do a good job
Yeah.
tonight. Great dance from her. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm hoping she continues upwards. I heard she has Jive next week.
She does have a witch themed jive next week.
Oh, cool. That'll be fun. Um, yeah. So next were Drew and Emma, and they had an action theme, and they had Paso. And I didn't really see much of this. I mostly saw him sliding on the floor, and then he did like a. I like looked at the TV, and he was doing like a front flip at one point. I didn't see much Paso, but I didn't see the whole thing.
Oh my gosh, guys, I was so excited about this number because it started off so good. I was just like, yeah, Drew's getting it. And then they went into like, and then it looked like he was like dragging her around the floor. And I was just like, oh no, Drew. And then they went into a side-by-side section with the troop and he went off time. He was like, I can't remember if he was ahead or behind, but he was off. Oh no.
Was he was off from all of them, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was.
Like sometimes I notice the pros off when it's like with troop, and usually I just watch the troop to see who's on and who's off because sometimes that happens. But I think it was him. I didn't see it though. I assume it was him.
Yeah, it was Drew. He was off time during the troop section side-by-side portion of the dance. It was very upsetting, but he managed to pull it back together for the very end of it. So it was great. And then it went, oh, and then it got better again.
Well, he got 7, 7, 9, 7.
Okay.
I tend to agree more with the 7s. But I think the 9 could have been an 8, and like that'd been fine. Like maybe 29 would have been a good score for this.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's no way on earth that this dance deserved a 9. But if it were me, I would have given it 2 8s and 2 7s. So I really guess it really all worked out.
Yeah. So like a 30 then. Okay. I'm really interested in what's going to happen with them next week because now that Nick is gone, they are on the bottom of the leaderboard. They're on the bottom of the leaderboard by 1 point, and there's someone who's 1 ahead of them and someone who's 2 ahead of them. I still feel like, and I feel like because at this point everyone's pretty much locked in who they're voting for. It's just like, yeah, let's just who can vote the hardest. I feel like he's killing it in the votes. However, the people who I think would also be really big in danger this week are like way ahead of him in points.
Yeah, this is an interesting week, guys, because there's a lot of factors running around. Like because Terrell, who is normally towards the bottom of the leaderboard, he's towards the top tonight because he got 3 9s and a 10. So
I thought he was leaving after that, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of factors going into next week.
I was honestly hoping Nick would stay after that. I'm like, okay, so he can be the meat shield just to make sure Drew's safe next week. And I'm not saying Drew's definitely going home next week. I don't know, because I feel like he's been killing it in the votes. And they're like trying to, I don't know, they like want to, I don't know whether they want to push him down or they want to, I don't know, whatever. Because like Claire made a comment on Twitter that like Len was complaining about him. He said he might go next week. And then Trom's like, make sure you vote. And like, he should have might help with it. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just wondering who he could take out that's just above him because while Frankie isn't doing as well on Facebook this week, I still think he's killing it. Like that's just the vibe I'm getting.
That is also the vibe I'm getting. Here's the thing. Drew reminds me a lot of David Ross because he's just so likable and lovable and their partnership is great. And Emma's giving him just some absolutely great dances. Emma's absolutely killing it this season.
Yes.
So I feel like Drew's fine. I feel like Drew will be fine going into next week.
Who's he gonna beat? Because Vanessa, who I'm pretty sure is getting the least amount of votes of anyone at this point, is like a lot ahead of him. T.O. I still don't think is getting that many votes, like in comparison. Like he has a fan base, he's getting votes, and maybe he got a little more help tonight. I'm not sure. Like he's way ahead. Victoria is who I'm looking at, but she was in Jeopardy, so that might help her. Because I really think, like, I feel like. I don't know, like people complain about her scores a little bit too, but like not as much, and she's still not getting a lot of love. And like I'm sitting there, and she wasn't one of the last 2 standing, but like she was in Jeopardy.
Yeah. So, like, here's my thought about it, and I hate saying this because I love Victoria. If next week ends up being a double, I absolutely see Victoria leaving.
Unless it's immunity, which I don't know. They could still do that even with humans.
Team dances and immunity all in
I
the
don't think
same
they're doing
night.
immunity this season unless it's next week, or maybe they are, because trios is the week after, and usually they do. Well,
That's
unless
why
it's just trios, they usually do a dance, like a single dance and a trio. So
yeah, so it usually goes team dances, immunity, trios. That's normally how it goes. But if we're going straight into trios, then immunity might not
what
happen.
if we do week? What if there's week 9 immunity? Like, remember that one with Chelsea Kane, basically, not immunity, but like we don't need
Interesting.
week 9 immunity. Like,
We really
get
don't.
like the top of.
Yeah, we really don't need week
That's
9
gonna make
immunity.
a lot of people mad. So yeah, like I worry for Drew. I know I should feel like he's fine. Like I know people are locked in. I just don't. I feel like he's might be safe. I just don't know who he beat.
Yeah, it's next week's gonna be really telling, I think.
This is gonna be weird. And he's killing it on Facebook. Like he's not like the top this week, but like he's pretty high.
He is just a really, really lovable guy. He really is, and GP
Like,
will latch onto that.
He danced in the death slot though, like second, and like if this were like certain other people, they'd be gone for sure. But like I'm not entirely sure.
If this was like Nikki, then I imagine she'd be a goner.
Bye, girl, bye. If this was T.O. even, bye.
Yeah, if it was T.O., he would be gone.
Yeah.
But it's Drew.
If it was Frankie, I'd say the same thing with Drew. I feel like Frankie and Jordan and Lindsay and Drew are getting the bulk of the votes still. Despite what Facebook does about Frankie. Although Frankie was in Jeopardy, so I feel like he does kind of go down certain weeks, but like I think he's gonna be in the finals. Like I'm not that worried for him. I don't know. Like I'm nervous, but like I'm not like I don't know. I'm gonna sound weird. In previous seasons, like last season when there were so many people who had like so much legacies to live up to and such, like I was just like on edge the whole time watching the show, and I'm like, okay, you guys like the ice skaters, like how many ice skaters have won? Like you gotta do this, like come on, and like
I know everybody,
the Harmony, like the girl groups, like everyone with like these legacies. And then I'm like, this season, I'm like, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure like my favorites are the ones getting the vote this season. So like, I'm okay. And like, even though Drew's in the bottom, like, I'm not panicking yet. Like, maybe I'll panic. I'll probably panic on Monday, but I'm fine till like I'm not like my heart's not like beating. Like I don't feel sick talking about this.
Right, you're not like nervous yet.
Like I'll probably turn out the TV during the elimination Monday, but like I do that sometimes. But I think we're okay. I feel okay. I don't know.
Next week is setting up pretty well for a good old shocking elimination.
Yeah, because we didn't go in this week. Usually it's week 6 or 7, and then like we didn't go in this week. I know some people thought Vanessa was gonna leave, and y'all had me almost convinced she was gonna leave. I'm like, okay, you guys had me going, and then I'm like, okay, no.
Yeah, next week is setting up very, very well for a shock elimination, guys. It really is. So go vote for your favorites, whoever they may be.
Whoever they are. I think the only two who are like guaranteed safe next week are Jordan and Lindsay.
Yeah, I would be genuinely shocked if either of them left next week. Genuinely.
That would be like, whoa. But we'll get to them.
Yeah.
We spent way too much time on Drew, I think. So who was third? Nick was third, wasn't he?
The aesthetics of this dance bothered me so much. I didn't like pay attention to it.
The steampunk.
Oh my!
This is the one I kind of missed stuff from.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so in case you missed it, or we'll just review it really quick, guys. So this was a Western-themed samba.
I was like, when I saw that on like the press release, I'm like, what is this?
Which is already mismatched to a Will Smith hip-hop song. And they're dressed like they just came out of Calvin and Lindsay Cirque du Soleil steampunk Charleston.
That's what I thought of when I saw it.
They're like, I think Haley was wearing Lindsay's costume for that number, and I think Alan or Brandon or one of the other troop guys was like wearing his shirt. The aesthetics of this dance bothered me so much, like I barely paid attention to it. It just, I hated the aesthetics.
I mean, like, okay, so I don't think it was really good samba or anything. Like, it was better than I expected, considering it's Nick. He got 2 6s, and that made me think he was gonna be safe.
Yeah, that really did throw me for a loop because I was just like, they're being really cruel to him.
Make sure Nick leaves. But like again, like as I said to Claire on Twitter, Bonner got like hosed on his last night. So like they just like they were just like insulting him so much. Like they weren't as bad. They were nicer than Nick. And I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm. It sucks they gave him this as his last dance. Like I feel like he deserved something better. Although he'd already done jazz and contemporary, so like, what else can you do?
Yeah. And truth be told, like this wasn't a terrible samba. It wasn't
Yeah,
it wasn't awful. It really wasn't awful. It was fine. Like everything Nick does is just it's fine.
it's whatever. Yeah, yeah. It was whatever. Like I don't know. He just didn't have
Yeah.
the bounce, but he mostly stayed on time. I don't know. Um, and he went home in the end, and like I think he was okay with it.
Yeah, he was absolutely okay with it.
Like
Just
I'm glad he didn't have to take out anyone else who deserved to be there.
yeah.
Um, next was Victoria and Val, and they had a sports themed paso. And
They
I don't
did.
know if it was the outfits, but like this seemed kind of clunky.
Okay, so here's my thing about this dance. I really did enjoy it. Like I would have given it 8 or 9. Can't really decide which. I'll have to go back and watch it and do my final decision, which I do have to do because I'm guest blogging this week,
Yeah.
which I do have to do. But in any case, this could have been a lot stronger. Obviously, Victoria, she doesn't have feeling in her legs. She doesn't really control this how really her legs look, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it could have been stronger. Like her Spanish lines could have been stronger, and just everything could have been tougher. It was good. There was really great choreography in here. Props to Val for doing great stuff. And I really enjoyed it. I just wish she would have been a little bit more fierce with it.
I agree. I think yeah, I mean, I think she had the fierceness and all of it. I think it was like, I don't know, just like maybe the costume was like throwing her off her lines and stuff. Cause it was pretty, I just remember it being clunky. And I remember like there being like big sections of like not doing anything. Like, there was like this one section where they're all like posing like in pause. And I'm like, is it over? And then she like did a slap shot. They spent way too much time on that. Um, there was a few dances that like I think they like spent way too much time on like random crap. But this was, yeah, I think she did fine. I would have given her 8. I think I'm gonna give her an 8. The 7 was kind of surprising, especially from Shania.
Oh my gosh, that woman hit the bottle before the show. Holy crap.
Like I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So now she's second from the bottom. Can I think Drew is beating her by the necessary amount? Like, I'm really inclined to believe that, even with the Jeopardy boost.
Yeah.
I really am inclined to believe that.
I kind of agree with you. And here's the thing. I don't want Victoria or Drew to leave.
No.
But Drew, I think, is getting the bigger bulk of the GP votes over Victoria.
Even like I'm trying to figure out how big her Jeopardy boost is gonna be, because she wasn't like the bottom 2. She was just, oh yeah, you're yeah, you're safe, yay. Like they did it really fast. I think they do want to keep her around. I think they want a Shmerkovsky in the final. I don't think they know who that's gonna be yet.
I see. Here's the thing. As far as like at this point making the final 4, I don't think Victoria and Vanessa will be there. I think it's at this point. I think it's going to be one or the other.
Yeah, they're like, I think it's going to be like, okay, if it was just up to the GP and they like let things progress, I really, really do genuinely think it would be Lindsay, Jordan, Frankie, and Drew. I don't think it's gonna be quite this far. I think it's gonna be the first 3, and then Drew's like on track to come in like 5th or 2nd, unless he leaves next week, and like Vanessa or Victoria goes in there. I think they were like getting ready to get Victoria in there because it was gonna be Vanessa till the Max drama, but like now they're moved on from that, so maybe it can be Vanessa again. And like I think they're just gonna be like, yeah, whatever, till one of those 2 goes, and then they're gonna go all in for the other.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I really just, it's kind of coin toss because I really don't think Victoria or Vanessa are doing great with the GP.
I think Victoria's doing better than Vanessa. I think everybody's doing better than Vanessa because everyone's like the GP seem convinced Vanessa has some attitude problem,
which is a total lie. Vanessa's
is what? Like that's like
Vanessa is so pleasant and lovely and funny. Everybody at this point in the competition is. Even Terrell, like I've even warmed up to, and that's awesome.
Like, who do you want to go next week? Like, I don't know who I want to go next week. I mean, like, I feel like Terrell's my least favorite, but after this week, I don't think he deserves to go.
Yeah, that's kind of true because I really, really liked Terrell's dance this week. Listen, if you are making me pick somebody to leave next week, I'll probably pick Terrell just because I love everybody else that's still here. So, but
I might, yeah, I don't know. I might, it's between him and like maybe Vanessa for me, and I'll get to why with Vanessa in a bit.
mm-hmm.
And it just comes down to like, I'll tell you in a bit. But speaking of Terrell, he was next.
Terrell was next, and this was for me the shock of the night.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so when I saw the press release, I'll tell you what happened. Like I was at my work, and then I went on break, and then like since I don't have Wi-Fi, I don't have data and I don't have Wi-Fi at my work, so I have to like run across the street to like the bookstore. And I'm only on like a 15-minute break, so I have to like run across the parking lot. And like I get in there and I'm like, okay, I bet you a press release came out. So I found a press release. I'm like, wait, they're doing Feel It Still, yes. And I'm like, wait, it's Terrell, no. Like, why you gotta waste that time? And I'm like, the band's probably gonna totally sing it and screw it up. And I'm like, no. And then like the band didn't sing it. They actually played the song, and I'm like, yay! And like he did so well with it. It was a really cool concept. I liked how they were trying to steal the 10.
That was very cute. I love the concept. Cheryl did some great choreography this week, so it was all very, very clever. Props
I feel
to.
like I could have used a little more drive.
I feel like I could have used like. Yeah, it was a bit of running around. It reminded me a little bit of Jana's jazz routine, which I love.
Oh, the little shop thing that like didn't even have the plant. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm still.
Oh, me too. But it reminded me a little bit of that, and I really do actually like that number a lot. But it's just very like going in and out of the doors. I feel like it could have used just a smidge more drive, but I was really, really impressed with what they did tonight. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't think it deserved the 10. I feel like maybe like the 9's and like an 8 instead of the 10. I feel like would have like.
It would have been sufficient, but
Yeah.
does Shania's thing? I mean, I know it like technically counts, for who's going home next week, but like, does it really matter? Like she was, oh man.
Like, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm just upset that like Terrell's gotten a 10 and Nikki hasn't.
Yeah.
Because like Nikki really deserved 10s last week, and then like, nah, 9s.
Nines. No, Nikki. Hopefully, Nikki will do great at the jive, and her 10 will come.
Yeah, hopefully her 10s are gonna come soon. Like I have. She'd better get 10s for this. They didn't even give Nancy 10s. Like Nikki deserves 10s, so I'm a little worried. But yeah, I think Terrell is gonna be safe, which I'm surprised by because like we were all saying he was gonna go pretty early. So like I think he's gonna leave on the trio night. I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that way too. Like it all just kind of depends on what he has next week.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Like, I feel like he's like. I'm glad he's like warm up to the experience. Like, I'm glad we didn't get like someone acting like an asshole all season.
Yes, that is extremely nice. Thank the Lord that he cleaned up his act.
Like he's the opposite of Antonio. Antonio was cool at first, and then like
slowly spiraled out of control.
That went downhill.
Yeah, but he has actually grown on me quite a bit. I'm very impressed. Was super impressed with this dance tonight. Definitely hope he continues to improve. I'm sure he'll stick around next week because his scores are so high. Was he third on the leaderboard or fourth? Third?
He was third because he got a 10.
Yeah, so.
3 people got 10s. So, yeah. Vanessa was, no, not Vanessa. Frankie was next.
Okay. Here's another thing that bothered me aesthetic-wise. They were dressed like the trolls. They had the troll set. Why didn't they dance to Can't Stop the Feeling?
Oh my gosh, this was just such a weird number. And I feel like, again, like with Drew, if this wasn't Frankie, they'd be gone.
Yeah, like if...
Like, this was like, I don't know. This was jazz, and like, I'm glad they actually did jazz dancing. So thumbs up for that.
Yeah.
Real jazz. Very appreciative. Great choreography from Whitney. I think he sold the character and everything. I just think his dancing was meh. He was like off time. I mean, his dancing was good except for he was off time. So like the dance overall was kind of meh. You know, it
Yeah,
wasn't one of the more memorable ones. Like I'm glad they used the colors they did though, because like the colors will stick out in my mind. Like I said the same thing for some other dances earlier this season.
yeah, like this is a number that I'm going to remember because it was just so bright and quirky and out there. And again, props to Litany for some really great choreography. She's killing it this season. She really is. This is really the first time I've loved Whitney since Alfonso. Because Whitney's in my personal opinion, Whitney's one of the best pro dancers on the show.
Yeah.
But I feel like she hasn't really shined choreography wise in a really strong way since Alfonso. And she's doing some really, really great stuff this season with Frankie. I'm really enjoying it. Again, he was off time at least 2 or 3 times during this dance, but in a way I kind of don't care because he's Frankie and I really do love him. I really do.
I get the vibe that like she really wants to win with Frankie, because I know Frankie really wants to win. Like I think Whitney wants to win again. So like I really feel like they're really going all out on it. Like will they win? I'm kind of leaning towards not quite, but I think they're gonna go far.
No, I think they'll be pretty far. Like I definitely think they'll be in the top 5 or 6 at least.
What?
I could definitely. How many people are we down to now? Are we down to 7? No, we're down to 8. 8. Well, I'm pretty sure that they'll be in the top 6 at the very least.
I'll be sure. I think that at least they're like top 5. But I think they're in finals. I think they're gonna be 3rd, maybe 2nd.
I wonder what they do for their freestyle.
I don't know. I bet it's gonna be really fun though. Like I'm really excited for that. I really hope they don't do contemporary freestyle. I just want to see them have fun.
No, I doubt they do a contemporary freestyle. That's just it's not who they are.
And although even for the memory loss dance, it was a happier one. So I don't know. Vanessa and Max. Okay, I actually had to ask what style this was because I was pretty sure it's quick step, and I'm like, wait, they're not really doing quick step, and then it was quick step. So I'm like, ugh, because I wanted more quick step, but like it was good. I wish this was a Charleston.
A part of me kind of wishes it was too, but at the same time, like I really did like the breakdown in the middle. First of all, props to Tom Bergeron, who saved the day by running out and grabbing her skirt that like fell off of her in the middle, like right at the beginning of the dance. Props to him for
that. I gotta go rewatch.
Rolling in and saving the day. So good on you, Tom Bergeron. You did a good job. I really love this number. I was very excited for it. I love musicals, like all people do.
Genre.
Yeah, I'm glad they had this genre. I'm really glad that they had this song. I know it's from Smash. I have not seen all of Smash, but
either. It's okay.
It's okay. I like the aesthetic of this. I really love like this old Hollywood aesthetic that they had going on. I like the breakdown in the middle. I liked that nobody complained about the breakdown in the middle, judges wise, because we've had lots of breakdowns this season.
Yeah, I feel like this one was like really long though, so I wouldn't mind maybe one person complaining about it. Like they didn't like. I was scared they were gonna like maybe get like a 7 from Lynn, and I'm like, hey, that's a little low. But yeah. I think this was danced well. I think she performed well. I mean, I want to say it's gonna keep her safe. However, she like, I don't know. I feel like people still don't like her, and I feel like I don't know what's gonna convince people to like her. So I'm really scared. Also, like I feel like for me, for me like if I have to pick someone to go next week, I might pick her just because of like she didn't do as much of the style, and like Terrell like killed his style, like what little he had. So like I don't know. It's just out of fairness. Like I think I like her more than him still a little bit, but I don't know.
I absolutely like Vanessa more than Terrell. She's one of my favorite people this season because she's very real. She's very funny, and just she strikes me as a very down to earth woman, and I really do like her a lot. I do hope she sticks around through next week. I really liked this number from them. I hope they get something really. I hope they get like a paso next week. That would be really fun.
Oh, I want to see her do a paso for sure.
Yeah, I hope they have paso next week, or like Argentine tango, or like something kind of intense like that. I would really love that from her. But I still think she's killing it. Still think she's one of the best dancers in here right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, you froze.
If they find a way to like make people like her again, and she gets good scores, like I think it could happen.
A part of me is wondering, is it just like the Max drama that is causing Facebook not to like her, or is it something else that she's doing?
Some people like before that were saying a couple things about her, but like she had fans. Like now I'm seeing virtually nothing.
All right.
Yeah, I'll show you the stats at the end.
Okay.
Jordan and Lindsay happened. And I knew they weren't getting a 40 again. I'm like, they're not getting a 40 again this week. They're not. It's just not. It's not gonna happen. So they got 29. I was half expecting like Lindsay to get 29 tied with him. I don't know.
You mean 39?
39. Yeah.
You said 29.
Well, yeah, the last. No, not 29. Like the last dance style.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be completely honest with you guys. This is my favorite rumba I've ever seen on the show.
Better than Heather?
I liked it a little bit more than Heather's. And that is saying a lot because I love Heather's rumba. It was my favorite dance of last season. But Jordan's rumba might be my favorite rumba I've ever seen on the show. It really might be.
Wow.
That is how far I'm going.
I don't know, like I didn't find myself as drawn to this for some reason. Like I still liked it. I still think it deserved a 10. I would give it a 10. Like 10 paddles, not 10 out of 40. I think it was just a clean rumba, very strong. Like as Carrie Ann I think said, it was all in movement pretty much. Very smooth. I think he did a good job.
Here's the interesting thing about rumba. It tends to be one of the harder styles for men to do on the show because of just all the continuous motion and the hip action that it needs to happen. And most men on the show can't get that. Like when I think about, some of the best male dancers on the show, I think back to Alfonso and his rumba was not one of his stronger dances. It was a bit weak.
I remember he said, like, in an interview, he got 9s, and he's like, oh, it feels like getting a 10 because it's so hard. So,
yeah.
Like, really happy.
Yeah, exactly. So rumba for...
Charlie did with his rumba.
Charlie's rumba was with Peta for Switch Up. I remember watching it, but I don't remember loving it.
I remember because Peta's not really that great at doing rumba. Like, that's her weakest choreography point.
You think so?
Yeah. Because, I mean, the one with Niall was also not that great, and I feel like there's been a couple others that weren't that good. Like, but just like her least good style of choreography.
I'll be completely honest. I do not remember her rumba with Niall. I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
I don't remember it totally. I just remember it wasn't that great. Like, that was their weakest dance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but as far as other male dancers I've done the show, I feel like the strongest rumba in Dancing with the Stars history was Gilles. And
when?
That was, oh man, what season was that?
He did season 8 and 15. Did he do a rumba in
8? The OG. The OG Gilles season.
I didn't even know he did a rumba in 15. They did a lot of weird dances in 15.
They kind of did.
They're like,
yeah, like season 8. Yeah, season 8. But in any case, I like this one better than Gilles. I really did.
Okay. I don't know. Like, I still think it deserved 10s. It deserved a 40. It was good. Like, I don't know. It just didn't like hit me like pow like last week's.
It
like
for me, it hit me like pow like last week.
I feel like for everyone's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like for the rest of the season, I'm pretty much gonna be giving like Jordan and Lindsay, as in the celebrities. Although, yeah. Both of those couples I'm just gonna be giving them 10s for most of the rest of the season. So like some I will like more than others, but like yeah, they deserve 10s. Like, and it's pleasant to watch or anything. Like there's nothing like I don't think they're gonna botch anything, knock on wood.
Right.
Yeah. So they got 39 because Len maybe even made up some stuff because like I don't think it was in the script to get a 40.
Oh my gosh. Len was like digging for something to critique here. And it was just like this like weird hand motion that I didn't even notice.
Like this. They were like doing, I don't know. So Jordan and Lindsay and Mark went last.
Aww.
I could tell by like the lead up and everything. I'm like, yeah, this is getting a 40. Like it's getting a 40. And like they did the dance. I'm like, okay, that has to get a 40. And it got a 40. And I'm like, great. Because like this was like the best. I think this might have been the best dance of the season so far.
This was definitely the best dance of the season so far. Like Jordan's is one of my favorite rumbas, but this is the best dance of the season.
Wow. Like even the package leading up to it was like Mark's coming back to do crazy stuff. Like, he's been kind of holding back. And like he's here. He's probably gonna do it again next week and they're probably gonna critique him for it. That's probably gonna be the storyline. You're doing too much this again because it's Halloween. But I think this was just so good. Like I can't believe how well she moved. Like she did the robotic stuff. Like wow.
She was freaking incredible. Oh my gosh.
Next level. Like this I mean, like, a lot of this stuff comes down to Mark's concepts, but, like, she actually delivered, like, the robot thing. That was,
Yes.
what is that? Like, oh my gosh.
I really cannot express how much I love this number. Just there. Here's the thing. Mark is finding the perfect balance between being creative and having a lot of content in his dances. And Lindsay is the perfect partner for him because, yeah, she's kooky and she's creative too, but she also knows how to dance. Like, she's one of the best dancers I think we've ever seen on the show.
Yeah, like, I feel like, okay, I don't know, I feel like, based on Facebook, I still feel like she's winning. I'm not entirely sure, because, like, Jordan's getting traction, and if they want him to win, I think they could skew it for him, and that might happen. I don't know. I don't know if she's, like, totally nailing in the votes. She's on top so far this week. Like, I don't know. I just feel like this might be, like, that season, and I don't know why. With Jordan, I feel like he's Corbin. I feel like he's Normani. I feel like, I don't know, and Zendaya. Like, that's not my personal preference of him, but I feel like that's what might happen to him.
Like, he's the person everybody's picking to win, and you think he's coming for that spot, but it doesn't end up being him at the very last second.
Like, they gave him a good package this week, I think, to help him get over that.
Yeah.
With injuries, I'm like, that's good. Like, good. Keep that content, because because it's like, it allows people to connect with him more.
Yeah, and as far as like Facebook goes, like, I see people saying that they're having problems connecting with Jordan, and I hope that this week's package helps with that, because
he's getting a lot of love,
which is good. That's what we like to see.
Yeah. I don't know. I still don't really know who's gonna win. I still feel like it's Lindsay's slightly, but it could change.
My official,
as long as they don't like really like push one over the other.
Right. My official prediction, I absolutely see both of them in the top two. My prediction on Fantasy League, on like the official Fantasy League, is for Jordan and Lindsay, but it could honestly go either way for me. And not only that, it could go either way, and I'd be perfectly happy and ecstatic for either result, which has never happened.
I would be too. Well, I think the last time I would be that happy was like Alfonso versus Sadie.
Yeah.
For me. Even though like, cause like I was surprised, I was feeling that happy, but with like Sadie and anyone who wasn't Alfonso, but I was. But yeah, like I don't know, like I still don't entirely know who's gonna take it. I just think I'm just really happy.
I know, this dance was absolutely incredible. Mark Ballas is coming for his Emmy next year. Everybody, he's coming.
Get an Emmy. Like, I feel like whoever out of Mark and Lindsay doesn't win the Mirror Ball can get an Emmy. Like, give him an Emmy.
We can get some Emmys up in here, guys. We can do it.
Please. Although I think So You Think already has like a lock on Emmys. I'm not sure if World of Dance has anything that's gonna get. I think maybe like one thing might get an Emmy nomination. I don't know. But yeah, please. So yeah. So then the end happened, and we already knew who was in jeopardy because they were calling it in the middle of the episode. And going home was, we already said it, but Nick and Peter.
Nikipedia, a very long overdue elimination.
Yeah, like he beat out like at least 3 people who were a lot better than him.
Yes.
Actually, yes, 3, because Barbara was creepy, so she should have left first, so that's good. But the other 3, no.
No, Nick absolutely. Comparatively to the other 3 who were really good, and all 3 have dances that I love.
Debbie, Derek, and Sasha, yeah.
Debbie, Derek, and Sasha absolutely deserve to stay longer than Nick. And really early weeks Terrell, by the way.
What? Oh yeah, early weeks Terrell, yes. Yeah, I was just sorry. The thing is, okay, so like, if you told me Nick was going to, I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. And then I see the scores, I'm like, oh wait, because Drew's on the bottom now. I wanted Nick to stay to protect Drew.
I love how you called him a meat shield. That's like my favorite.
That's a Survivor term. That's a Survivor term. People on Survivor keep people like, you're voting people around. Sorry, you have to keep people around who are bigger threats than you, so they can get kicked off before you, or people will like come after them before you.
Meat shield.
That's what I'm calling it, like meat shield, like that, to protect, like an easy target to protect, Drew. So he doesn't have that now, but like I still think he can maybe do it. I don't know, especially because this week they were giving points out of 40, so the margins are going to be smaller.
Yeah.
I will get up the Facebook so far, and I'll get a re-screenshot. It's been updated. I will show you guys what it looks like. Hang on.
Let's go.
I'm setting it up. Sorry. Just gotta.
It's okay. Oh man. I feel like in theory Drew can survive next week.
Please. Please. I mean, like, the only good thing about him leaving is because it'd be close to my preseason predictions, which I ended up putting him, like, I think 9th. I put him as he would have left this week. I don't know why. Because, like, I put people I really liked leaving early. I guess I didn't want to get my hopes up.
Oh, you know, it's better to get your hopes, not to get your hopes up than to get them up and have them crushed. So.
Okay, here's screen share. Okay. Here you go. Can you see it?
I can see the thing.
Okay, so there's Facebook week 6. Okay. I'm just going to hold my thing over it so, like, I'm going to talk so, like, I guess so we can see it. I don't know how the voice thing works. As you can see, so here's week 6. Each person's assigned a color, so it is, I don't know, can you guys read it?
I can read it, yeah, just fine.
Okay, so it says, like, okay, so Lindsay is leading this week so far. Jordan is second. Drew is third. Then I think it's Frankie, then Victoria, but I'm not sure. And then Nikki, then Terrell, then Vanessa.
Yeah, it looks a little like Frankie, then Victoria, and then Nikki, Terrell, Vanessa. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So I think, okay, I don't know exactly what the point margins are yet. I don't know about the math. I think Drew is beating Victoria and then some, like, enough to beat her out. It's just the Jeopardy boost. Like, if she wasn't in Jeopardy, I'd be like, yes, for sure, that's happening. But I'm not sure now. I think he's beating Vanessa. I don't know, because I don't know how big the spread's going to be, but if it's kind of big, I think he might be beating her. Terrell, I'm not sure. Nikki, I'm not sure. And I don't think he's beating Frankie, Lindsay, or Jordan. Even despite what the chart says, because it's Frankie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of leaning towards too.
Do you think Victoria is beating anyone above her? Because now, if she's the one, I think she's beating all the people she says beating. I don't know about Nikki. I think she's beating Terrell and Vanessa. I don't know if it's enough to pass them.
The only person I can conceivably see Victoria beating that's above her is maybe Frankie. Maybe. But I seriously doubt that's happening.
I really don't think she's beating Frankie. I mean, he's the only 1 point above her, but, like, it's Frankie.
Yeah. As far as, like, other people concerned, I'm very sure Victoria's actually, I feel like Nikki and Victoria might be tied as far as, like, GP is concerned.
Yeah, and Nikki does have the edge this week with her score.
This is going to be tough.
I don't know. I'm just wondering if, like, because I don't know if they want Victoria to go home next week. Are they going to do, like, immunity challenge and then, like, Drew or maybe Nikki or whoever goes?
Well, I mean, since team dances are happening next week, they kind of can't do an immunity thing.
Well, they can. They can just say, like, they just can't do the dance off. So be like, okay, you're safe, but you're still going to do your team dance.
I mean, it's possible, but I kind of don't see it happening.
I know. So, like, what if Victoria's on the bottom? Like, I just have a hard time believing they would send her home. Or they'd let her go.
It is kind of rough, but I guess it's kind of going to be the way the cookie crumbles. Guys, if you like Victoria at all, I would go out, get some emails made, and go vote for her because I feel like she's going to need it this week.
I don't know. Even with Jeopardy, I'm just so lost. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just, like, looking at this and I'm feeling so frustrated. Like, maybe Drew is leaving. I don't know.
This is a tough call. This really is. Has Claire said anything? Has made any?
I think Claire thinks if it's a single elimination and it's Victoria, and if it's a double, it's Victoria and Vanessa. That's what she told me.
Listen, Claire's magical, man. She doesn't lie.
She does it based on what I say, partly, like my charts. So like, we kind of work together, but like she kind of says what she says. She like puts it out there, and she's really smart. I think she's gotten pretty much everything right this season, except for I don't know if she got Debbie right or not. I'm not sure what we said that week because we usually agree. Yeah, like we said, like we weren't sure this week. Like the chart said Nick, and like I was leaning that way, and then she's like, I don't know though. But like, oh my gosh, I'm scared for next week. I am scared Drew is going to leave, but I'm also scared Victoria is going to leave. I don't want either to leave. I really don't want either to leave. At this point, I think I'm like, I'm splitting my votes between less people now, based on who I want to stay, and like it's hard because like I was planning to vote for 3 people this week, and I ended up voting for 2.
Yeah, it's kind of the same way for me too. Like week 5 and 6 is normally when I stop splitting votes between multiple people and just stick to 1 or 2. And I was going to start doing that this week, but I'm definitely going to send my good sis Victoria some votes this week.
Victoria. I
And
don't know,
Drew.
like, yeah. So I don't know. Yes, you're gonna vote for both of them. Okay.
Yeah, normally this is when I start voting for just the people I want to win, but
I've been voting for like most of the for the beginning I was voting for like 7 or 8 people, and then for the past few weeks it's been like some combo of Lindsay, Nikki, Drew, and Jordan, and then this week it's just Lindsay and Drew. Because
yeah.
Jordan, Lindsay, I really want to work because like she deserved like a few extra votes. It's mostly Drew, to be honest, this week. Although I am still voting for Lindsay, just to make sure she's getting her support. Like I was gonna vote for Nikki as my third, but I'm like, I don't know.
This is a hard call. This really is going into next week's elimination.
And then like, this is so tough. I don't know. I want to see the numbers post. Like the thing is, like I don't know. Someone do it because I know Pure does it, but they don't post till like Friday or Saturday. So like, please, someone figure out how to do this like within the next day or so. Like I cannot wait.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody figure out how to do the numbers post like what's her name does on Pure, because I can't do it.
I tried to do it I think a couple seasons ago and I botched it. So yeah. Courtney's power rankings will be out tomorrow. I assume she's either gonna say Victoria or Drew.
This is hard. And not only that, we're at the point of the competition where you kind of don't want anybody to go home yet.
Well,
like,
usually there's like one asshole you want to go home.
Well, yeah, there's usually that one, but
I'm like, no, I don't want anyone to go next week. Like,
let's just send them all to the finale. Give them all freestyles.
Just like they all do freestyles, no redemption dances, and then they just cut a bunch of people on the finale night. They announce who the top 3 are, and it's like, yeah, okay, well you did your freestyle, yeah, 8 freestyles.
Listen, I'd be down for 8 freestyles.
Yeah, let's do this. Like 8 trios with celebrities, yes.
Oh my gosh, I'd be so lit. Oh yes, please.
I'm gonna stop screen sharing now. I think we all saw that. Okay. So next week is Halloween. What do we think people are doing? I have a couple guesses what people might do, but I want to hear what you think.
Well, team dances are next week. I do have a couple of Halloween songs that I would love to have used, or like Halloween or like spooky-ish sharing songs that I would love to have used that haven't been used yet. A couple might be impossible because they're YouTube covers and YouTuber written songs, so probably impossible to get the rights to them.
You can get the rights to YouTube written songs, probably.
Can you really?
Yeah.
I could believe it. As far as like team dances are concerned, I would love to see a team dance to the Monster Mash. Can we make it a thing?
I would like that too. I feel like that wouldn't be. I don't know if that'd be exciting enough. They might have to do a remix because I thought Ghostbusters would be good. Like I was waiting for Ghostbusters team dance, and it was like the same beat the whole time. I'm like, oh yeah. I know people want I Put a Spell on You.
Which version?
I don't know.
Because there is the classic, Nina Simone version, and then there's the Hocus Pocus version.
The Hocus Pocus is the one everyone wants.
I would love the Hocus Pocus version. Just
sorry, I didn't realize there was another version.
There are the original song is a like very slow ballad. I think Antonio and Cheryl danced to it back in season 19, like the slow version.
Okay. I'll have to watch that. People on Twitter keep saying, and like Katie, our friend Katie from Twitter, might want to hide your eyes because there's probably gonna be a dance based on it.
Oh hell no.
And then there's this song, I don't know, I think it might be a Canadian song. There's this song on the radio I keep hearing, goes, I feel it coming. I feel it coming. Yeah, there's this
I've heard that.
I'm like, play that, that'll be the song, it's it. And then they dress like it and they do like a samba to that.
You watch Mark Ballas Roland looking like Pennywise next week. I will turn off my TV.
And if they wanted to be a male celeb, Frankie or Drew.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't be able to take Frankie seriously as Pennywise. It's like it's Frankie in a clown suit.
I don't know. I could also actually I don't think Drew's gonna be Pennywise. Actually no, maybe Frankie. No, maybe Drew Pennywise. Frankie won't be. Sorry. My other thing, I think they're gonna do this. So sometimes they do Halloween movies, and they have I don't know how the rights work, but if they still have the rights to songs after they use them, they have Jump in the Line. So they could do Beetlejuice.
They could do Beetlejuice again. They did that they did
Yeah,
that season 23, but
Banana Boat last season. Like this is a better
right.
song for actual dancing because like Banana Boat song isn't like really. It's just like the same problem as Ghostbusters. It's the same thing, same beat, like the whole song.
Yeah.
It was still cute, but like yeah. But like Jump in the Line they used for like that duo thing.
Oh my gosh. It's so
Yeah.
it is so funny that you mentioned that because last night I was like rewatching all of Wandy's old dances and I completely forgot about that number until it popped up in the video I was watching and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot about this." It was so funny.
They did like I feel like they could do that again and like it's been enough time. I wonder who it would get to be. Like I think it'd either be
Oh my
I
gosh.
think it's Victoria and Val might I mean I could see Victoria as Winona Ryder's character. I don't know how Val would do with Beetlejuice. Or Lindsay and Mark could do it because I could see Lindsay as that character as well. And then or they could have a celebrity be Beetlejuice and it could be Drew or Frankie.
Oh my gosh. I would pay some serious money to see Drew as Beetlejuice.
Who hasn't done Samba yet? Like Drew hasn't done Samba yet. Lindsay hasn't done Samba yet. Victoria hasn't done Samba yet. I don't think it'd be Frankie because he already did Samba. But like one of the other three, I feel like we're gonna get that.
I would love that. Oh my goodness gracious, I would love that. Well, know what song that they haven't used that is just being a completely missed opportunity?
What?
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Oh my gosh. Like the Dancing Pumpkin Man song?
like the Dancing Pumpkin Man song or like the spooky, scared skeletons and shivers down your spine. Like that
I
would
don't know
make
where
it.
that comes from. I only know it from like the Dancing Pumpkin Man meme.
Oh my gosh, I feel like it was like originally like a Disney short or something, but there's like a remix version of it that would make like a really great Charleston. I highly recommend all of you go YouTube that Spooky Scary Skeletons remix. Go search it on YouTube and make a great Charleston or something.
I also wonder because I know they did Disney Night, but they did the Incredibles theme song. If they do either a Disney villain song or Nightmare Before Christmas song.
I'm sure a Nightmare Before Christmas song will sneak its way in there. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they already have the rights to This Is Halloween, so
Like, what style would that be? Because they're not gonna do it for Teen Dance again. So, like, what style would they use for This Is Halloween?
jazz.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, probably jazz. I don't know. I feel like we're getting a lot of repeats. Please do not do Bring Me to Life again. I don't want to see that.
Oh my gosh, the memes would be terrible. All of the memes involving that song. Just all of them would make a venture back. I don't
What if
need
they
it
do
again.
Total Eclipse of the Heart?
That'd be a good one. That'd be a good one to use. Or maybe like
Carol do it for some reason. I don't know why.
mhm.
Who else though?
Yep.
I don't know what else. What else could they do? I'm wondering if because I know they're doing iconic dances at some point, I believe. And I don't know. This obviously isn't gonna be this. I'm wondering if they're gonna save it for this or do it for this or do it for Halloween because I have a feeling it's gonna come up. The Harry Potter song.
That's a good idea. That'd be a really good thing
They've
to
done it before. Mark's done it before. I don't think they'd give it to him again, even though he's gotten songs more than once. But like, I don't know who could like do it better. Would they give it to Victoria and Ballot who I feel like would get it?
Yeah.
Why? I just do.
No, I feel like they would get that. That would be good. Nikki has a witch themed jive next week.
Like, is it Bewitched? Because that's
I remember,
five. Because like they did that with Quick Step a couple seasons ago. What's like?
I don't know.
Maybe she is Hocus Pocus.
I would pay so much money to see, oh my gosh, Nikki rolling up like one of the Sanderson sisters. That'd be amazing.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So maybe she has Hocus Pocus. That'd be amazing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be kind of amazing. I hope that happens. As far as like other songs are concerned, if you wanted to get really, really creepy, you could. I don't know how many of you are familiar with your iconic YouTuber songs, but another song for Hocus Pocus, Come Little Children, does have many, many, many covers on YouTube.
Oh yeah, so does Kidnap the Sandy Claus from Nightmare Before Christmas.
There you go. So basically, there's a ton of options as far as songs are concerned. They could also use like creepier sounding, pop songs, like I don't know, like Bad Romance or something.
Oh yeah, I could totally see that.
They could use that for a team dance or something.
Oh yeah, I'd be down for that. I remember they did it on Glee and they had all the different Lady Gaga outfits.
Yeah, exactly. They could use Heads Will Roll. I know that they have the rights to that song because that was the opening number for Halloween Night back in season 19.
Yes. I bet
so
you then maybe for Teen Dance. I want to dance to Thriller, but like I don't think of the rights.
That's going to be rough because they hardly ever get the rights to Michael Jackson songs are kind of one of those things that you have a really hard time getting the rights to them.
They did Bad. They did like a whole week of the album Bad once.
I remember that. That was back in like All Stars, wasn't it?
All Stars.
So, I mean, it's possible that they could get Thriller, and I'm sure, I feel like they would use Thriller for a Teen Dance and not as an individual one, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. I don't even know. Like, oh my gosh, you know what I want to see used? There's
What?
music from Coraline. I think it's called Exploration.
That's a good idea. Using score from like creepier movies like Corpse Bride or like Coraline.
Oh yeah, Corpse Bride. They have it in Corpse Bride. Or like, I don't even know.
Corpse Bride, Coraline, you could use anything by Danny Elfman. Even like the theme from Alice in Wonderland, which they've used on the show before. Like that would be a good Halloween dance.
One more idea I had is, I don't know, like I know there's this thing, I think from like the 70s where like the DJ was like the Wolfman DJ. Maybe like a dance themed around that somehow. I don't know what the song would be.
The DJ Wolfman. Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was like a thing, like it was on TV shows. Like, I mean, even they did it on AGT this season, like they paid tribute to that. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's what made me think of it. But yeah, like I want to see that. So I don't know. We've been like going on and on about this. So yeah, I guess we'll see you next week.
We will. For Halloween night, get ready for some spectacular scares. Also, Sasha, I'm ready for my yearly Sasha shenanigans on Halloween.
Like, they didn't make him a pro, so like we gotta see this from him.
Listen, I live for Dancing with the Stars Halloween night mostly because Sasha Farber is the best at scaring people. You guys.
Yeah. He is. I gotta go back and do more Facebook stats because like it's really interesting this week.
So, like, very interesting.
Nervous. But like kind of excited nervous and not like, oh my gosh, someone's gonna totally ruin their image nervous.
Yeah. I'm like excited.
Last season.
Right. It's an exciting nervous. Like you don't want anybody to go, but somebody has to, and you have to make that call.
Like it's kind of exciting. I don't know. Like mostly because I know most of my favorites are gonna make it to the end. So yeah.
It's a good that's a good feeling. I have to admit. It's a nice feeling.
Gosh. Like after what I've been through with reality TV so far, I think in the past like year or so, yeah, let's have my favorites make it to the end. Although Rashad won last season and I was happy with that. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta go.
All right. Well, everybody, we will see you next week for Halloween night. See you soon.